Alright, up next from the list is a Simplicity Freedom F3600 upright vacuum. I've had this for 4.5 years now. I got it from Facebook Marketplace for at least $20 if I remember correctly. And this was the condition it was in when I found it. Really, the only thing I did was just blowing it off with a leaf blower for this video. But other than that, it's got some, I guess you can say, some nitpicks. So in the back here somewhere, in the cord here, there's some electrical tape, as I'm assuming they got torn at some point. And then also right here, as you can see here, a little plastic piece right here broke. But overall, it's in really good condition. But the bag is full and the belt is worn, so you'll have a hard time hearing the belt making contact on this rug here, but I'll try my best. But overall, I'm really happy to have one of these. Been wanting one for quite some time now. Out of all the Freedoms that's been sold, or even out of all the Tacony lightweight machines that they've ever made, this one is my all-time favorite. I just really like the green color in this. So not only green is my personal favorite color ever, but it's also my favorite color ever on a vacuum cleaner. And this was Simplicity's top of the line machine back in the day, until they came out with their sand model, which is an F3700 model, which basically is black, that has a lifetime belt, a metal brush roller, and a hall sensor to where if anything were to get caught in a brush roller, it would just shut off. But mechanically, this is technically similar to the other one, where it's got the same 2-speed switch, which I personally don't care much about. I like one model that was a step below this, which would be the F3500, where the hood has a different color, but it has a single speed switch with a light in there to let you know that electricity is flowing through the machine. I think that's really cool. I really like vacuums that have that. But this is still the favorite nonetheless. So as I said, the sand model had a metal brush roller, which means that this has a wood brush roll, which I do like the design of this one more than the sand model because of this chevron pattern. It helps sweep the dirt up to where it can easily go through the fan. Although from my experience, the metal brush roll, I think, appears to agitate and deep clean a bit better. But if it were me, I like it being more simpler, where I like having a wood brush roll to where I don't have to necessarily take it apart to clean up. And I also don't have a problem with replacing a rubber belt. And the hall sensor is just an extra thing that can wear out on a machine. Not saying it's a unreliable part. As a matter of fact, I really like the idea of it, but the more simple, the better it is. So these will definitely outlast the sand model. And actually, before I go any further here, to basically show how old a Tacony machine is. So this is an older model. So if you look at the serial number, the first number indicates the year that was actually built. So this was built in 2007, and the C represents the quarter of the year that was built, so that means it was built in the third quarter of 2007. And for it being a top of the line machine, this does have rubber coated wheels. And of course, having a switch on top of the handle as well. Yeah, and one of the other reasons why this is also a personal favorite of mine is I like these machines more than the newer S10 or even the R10 models that came out later, because it feels better to my hand. It's more simpler, where I can easily take the outer bag out to wash. It doesn't have a handle release pedal, which is just another thing that can break on a machine. And I just personally like the looks of these more as well. So overall, a great machine. I think I mentioned this in my other video, but if I could have any director machine in my possession to use as a daily driver, it doesn't matter if any model were to still be made, it doesn't matter if any of the parts are still available, this would actually be my top pick, because I really like how lightweight and simplistic these machines are, hence why they're called Simplicity. I mean, I love the concept machines, but I like that these are much more lighter to not only carry but also to use. And they are just really fun machines to use overall. Yeah, I even personally like these more than the new Siebel model that came out as well. I think I would probably take this over the Siebel, even though I do think that the Siebel is a better machine overall. But at least if you were to have the sand model, I think that one would get the slight edge over the Siebel. But nonetheless, I really do like these machines. Although, if money actually did matter to me, I don't think this would be my first choice, as there are other director machines that I even will say that are more powerful than this, that you can get at a better deal, like a sanitary S647. I've seen those go for as low as $99 compared to what these were sold for back in the day. But I really do appreciate the fact that then these were assembled here in the US. And like I said, these are just very simple, lightweight, and very fun machines. I even find these more fun to use as well compared to its competitors, which would be 3 of my XL21s and the Platinum as well. So yeah, I mentioned 3 because I just recently picked up another black XL21 several weeks ago. So I thought I would point that out. But yeah, other than that, we'll go ahead and give a quick demo of this. And another thing I also like about this being top of the line as well is that it has a cord hook as well, unlike my entry model that doesn't have that, which I honestly find pretty annoying. But my XL Classic has a similar thing as well, even though I actually do prefer the handle of that one more than the looped models on my other models. So go ahead and plug this in. I can tell this is a pretty common cord used on other vacuums as well. Even though they're not the most powerful, it's still, again, a directed machine I would take out of any of the other models that's ever been sold. So Go ahead and flip this on. And as I mentioned before about the XL21s, these actually do sound very similar to them. And performance-wise, they're even almost similar as well. I think these are definitely more powerful, but definitely for certain it would outclean the classic models without a doubt. Anyways, hope you've enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.